Welcome back to Two Wicket Sound. I'm Kunal.
And I'm Vasu.
Gujarat have just defeated RCB at the Chinnaswamy, and it was pretty much a game to forget for RCB since it started. And it all started with them losing the toss and being put to bat first. And Siraj has come back to haunt them at the Chinnaswamy. I don't think I've ever seen Siraj bowl as well for RCB than I've seen him bowl today.
He's come back to get his revenge and he's come back to get his revenge in the perfect place in at the Chinnaswamy. Yeah, he's. I don't think he's bowled. I don't think he's ever bowled. So for last time I remember for RCB in the Chinnaswamy, and not just his bowling, his fielding as well. Did you see him
Yeah,
dart
yeah, he
at the
very stopped that
boundary?
four,
Yeah,
very stopped that four. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you can't take it away from him. He definitely like came in today with like a point to prove, and he really like ball one just was gunning for RCB. Um, I know like him and Kohli are on good terms, but I bet you he was wishing for Kohli's wicket, just for a point to prove.
I don't think he
No,
was
no,
wishing
I
for
definitely
Kohli's
think he
wicket.
was. I mean, knowing Siraj, like, I mean, even from India, Vasu, from India, he's an all momentum, all emotional bowler. Like, if you can get Siraj fired up, he is lethal. And obviously, you can't do that in every IPL game, but he was on fire today. And I mean, I do want to go back to a little bit. I mean, it definitely felt like the RCB, like, I know you're going to bring up a stat later about RCB's home record, like it's like a 40% win record. But what I thought RCB did this time at the Chinnaswamy it was the sixth pitch, I think they said, in at the toss that's never been used, but it's only been in the IPL, but it's only been used in the recent domestic circuit. And and at the pitch report they were saying like the par score for this pitch is around like 170, 180. But I think RCB went for a bowling pitch. They made Chinnaswamy a little more bowling friendly, and they lost the toss. And I do think it was a horrible toss to lose. But credit to Gujarat, they bowled so well up front.
Well, they've got a really good bowling squad there. I mean, they've got a really good bowling attack. I mean, even in the last game against Mumbai, if you look at their bowlers, especially their fast bowling, they're really good. I mean, so they've actually shot themselves in the foot there. RCB taking out that and playing on that pitch
I
because
don't
they've
think so.
got
Yeah, I mean maybe for this game, but if you look on like on paper, your fast bowling what do you call lineup of Mohammad Siraj, Arshad Khan, Pradesh Krishna, you would expect. I'm not saying like won't happen, but you'd expect a good batting side to take him apart. But when you have Siraj steaming in like the way he's steaming in today, like DSP Siraj was out on full force today. DSP Siraj came, and like when DSP Siraj is there, like give him the trophy. He's better than a Jasprit Bumrah.
no, just hold on.
No,
I, I,
this is facts. This is statement
I
facts. DSP Siraj is greater than Bumrah, and Bumrah is greater than normal Siraj. DSP Siraj is like a Pokemon like evolution of Siraj, right? He's a different type of player.
I know you're trying to do me funny in memes, but okay, you can't just compare DSP Siraj and Uber, right?
Yeah, I know you can't because they're like DSP Siraj is on a higher
Yeah,
level
yeah.
than
Okay. Right, yeah. Moving on there. Yeah. No, but if interesting thing is right. But yeah, it's always. I mean, no matter what pitch they bat on in Chinnaswamy, RCB's just got a terrible record at the Chinnaswamy. Like they've got a terrible record at home. They were getting. I mean, the first two games RCB were playing, we were always saying that RCB are great. But even before the game, I'm not sure if I told you or I was speaking to my dad. I was like, my dad, and then we were saying that, oh, RCB, they're going to lose today. And then the main reason I said RCB were going to lose is because they were playing home. And that was my and that the reason why I predicted they were going to lose is because they were playing home, and that's why.
But yeah, but my
And it
point
wasn't
is
like
RCB's weakness in the past has been their bowling at home, right? Like it was a bowling pitch. That's my point. Like statistically, yes, RCB would lose at home if it was a batting pitch because their bowlers usually aren't good as the bowlers because they always go batting heavy. But for once, they made a bowling pitch, and
It
they
wasn't
didn't
even
but
that. It wasn't even that much of a bowling track. It was a decent batting track as well.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
the
no.
runs were to be made.
No, I completely disagree with you there. I mean, I think everywhere I read online was like a lot of people were saying RCB have enough on the board to defend it for sure. I think when you bowled first on that pitch, like I do think it was way easier to bowl up front, like in the first innings than it was in the second innings. And both captains said they would have bowled first. It was such a bowling pitch to like it was proper hard pitch. Uh, but yeah, and the thing is, Gujarat gave every chance for RCB to score the runs. Their fielding was so poor. I mean, the best piece of fielding was Siraj trying to save that four. Yeah, but apart from that, their fielding was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they dropped Livingston when he was on, I think 4 or 5, and then he went on to make like and then Josh Butler missed the stumping as well.
Josh Buttler had probably
For
one of the worst games I've seen as a keeper in a while. Like he had a missed stumping,
yeah,
he missed a catch, I think, and he missed like he let wides go, and like I mean, obviously like we'll get into the like Kohli seven again. That's two times he's failed in the last two games. Phil Salt doesn't click for you, and suddenly your two openers who clicked for you in the first game have gone. But then the David Puttigal comes in, doesn't really do much as impact sub. Rajat Patidar doesn't get going. And it was pretty much Liam Livingstone and Jita Sharma who kind of made the momentum switch back. And then Tim Davis gave you 32 off 18, and you think you went into the halfway into the innings break well with 170 to Gujarat needed, where you thought like okay there is a game here to be had, like there's definitely a game here to be had, but I think, in my opinion, I think Gujarat bowled better than RCB, just straight up. Like RCB bowled on a pitch that was harder to bowl on, but also I think their just bowling wasn't as good as Gujarat today.
I think that's what as we had talked earlier when we did our review. So when we did our season review earlier, RCB really lack a like a middle order spinner. I think there. I think they really lack a second. I mean, they do really like besides Kunal Pandya, they need a spinner there. And then the thing is, they brought in where this Rasic, but the thing is, he's not good enough. I just don't think
But
he's
I
good
think
enough.
one thing I think we'll get to like I mean one of the talking points we have like RC being a no-show at all in completely in all departments like Kohli with misfields. Bowling wasn't up to par. Batting obviously was really terrible. But one thing I'll say, I mean, he's been getting a lot of credit and rightly so. But I think Rajat Patidar's captaincy today was a bit off, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, I think the biggest was that Liam Livingstone has bowled only one over in this game. Liam Livingstone over the last two games has been your best spinner. I know Krunal Pandya was really good the first game, but Liam Livingstone
yeah.
was your best spinner in the second game and you bowled him one over, and you gave Rashid Salam 3 overs for 35, and he got you zero wickets.
Yeah, I think Livingston should have definitely bowled to what's his Sai
He,
Sudarshan. Yeah, because Livingston can bowl you leg spin there, so he
yeah,
should
and
have
the thing
definitely
is,
bowled against
both
Sai Sudarshan.
both Rashid Salam 3 for 35 and Krunal Pandya 3 for 34. You know those two spinners aren't going well, and then you brought on what do you call Liam Livingstone for an over only,
I
and
mean,
you
Rashid
like
Salam as a fast bowler. I mean, he's just not good enough for them at all. So they might as well they just played Suya Sharma because they've actually should have brought him like a proper impact sub as a spinner.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I think their impact sub was off too today because like Josh Hill just didn't have a great game, like overall. Josh Hill. Bhuvi was kind of okay. Like Bhuvi bowled well, not a kind of okay. He was 4 overs for 23 for one wicket. He created the pressure. Yes, they all bowled pretty well, 3 overs, 20. But as you said, I don't think that they needed another fast bowler. I think they needed another spinner to just really slow down the game and
Yeah.
who was good at containing runs. Because when you bring on your spinners, you're kind of hoping for the runs to kind of slow down a bit and create some of that
Mhm.
pressure. But
They don't have that.
where it seemed like proper opposite today, where your spinners came on and you leaked more runs. But
Yeah, I mean, like they have Kunal Pandya who came on. I mean, Kunal Pandya was their only spinner today. I mean, and then the other spinner was Liam Livingstone, who he just only brought on very late there.
Oh, but that time the game was over. You like there was a
Yeah,
point
but the thing
when
is,
there was a time when what's his name got out. Shubman Gill got out, and then Shubman Gill got out a few balls later than Shai Sudarshan. And I was thinking, like, this is the moment where you need to like bring back everyone. I thought he like, I don't know. I think for a total that wasn't that high in the sense of like Gujarat got off to a decent start of chasing it. I would have loved to see him bring on Hazelwood back earlier too, when the new
well, see,
batsman came
I
in.
think what he should have done is around the seventh or the eighth over, he should have brought on Livingston against Sai Sudarshan, and because Livingston can also bowl leg spin. Sure, and then he because he can bowl leg spin and he can bowl off spin there. So especially there, Sai Sudarshan is a left-hander and Livingston bowls off spin there. He could have it could have worked really well against that, and you've got Buttler at the other end. You've got Buttler at the other end, and he can bowl off and he can bowl leg spin to Buttler.
Uh,
So I mean, he could have brought Livingston against that. So because of his variation, they're both of his variations. But I'm not sure why he didn't do that because he think he's in the two of the other games he's used the Livingston really well.
yeah, that was kind of my thing that surprised me was Livingston only an over. And you watched the game. How many overs did either Bhuvi or Hazelwood bowl to Josh Butler? Not a lot, I think, right?
So because Butler came in towards the end of the I think power play, so Bhuvi only bowled I think an
No,
over
because
or two overs.
Yes, they all ended the power play.
Yeah, so I think Bhuvi only bowled like
I'm
I don't
assuming
think Bhuvi
Bhuvi.
bowled. Bhuvi didn't bowl like Bhuvi only bowled like a couple of deliveries to in the power play, and then he bowled towards the back end
Yeah,
to Butler. Yeah,
yeah, I think the
so
issue.
he only bowled one over to Butler because he only had an over left when Butler came into bat
My
there.
thing when Butler came into bat, because Butler came into bat first down, was I would love to see like Butler like have Hazelwood properly bowl at Butler, like when you know the game was going away for you, because he brought Hazelwood at like he obviously he bowled Hazelwood up front two overs, which Hazelwood got smacked for a bit, and then he brought Hazelwood back towards the end. Um, and there was like no like middle over to either Bhuvi or Hazelwood, like give him an over in the middle to just try to break up the rhythm because you both spin, 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 and Yash Dayal on one end, and Yash Dayal was good economy, like good, but he's not like when you need a wicket out of like in a game like
See,
this when
that's
you.
their issue. That's their issue. They've got nobody in the middle orders to actually contain the runs. If you look at it, I think we were discussing this as well. That if they don't get, if Hazelwood or Bhuvaneshwar Kumar don't get them early wickets in the power play, like one or two quick wickets in the power play, then their bowling will struggle.
But that's
It's
for
not a
most
great,
teams
but
though.
no, most teams don't. But the thing is, a lot of teams, I don't think it's an absolutely amazing part. I don't think it's a really great bowling attack there,
Oh, no one's saying it's a great bowling attack, but my point is, like for most teams, if you
which
don't
is
get,
which kind of showed today as well there.
but my point is, if that's for most teams though. Like most teams, if you don't have a good bowling attack, you're gonna struggle. Like if you don't take wickets up
Yeah,
front, sorry, if you don't take wickets up front, like it doesn't matter how good your bowling attack is. Like most teams in the IPL in today's like how bad like deep teams do, they'll get to 180, 190. Unless you have a
some teams can.
go on. Yeah, but I'm saying some teams can, but my point is, like, I mean, look at the first game against KKR. Like, Kohli and Salt got off to a good start. Doesn't matter how good of, like, how good you, like, let's just say, let's go for what you said, how good you think KKR's bowling was, they couldn't contain it. My point is, I agree with you saying overall, RCB's bowling attack, we said was going to be exposed at some point in the tournament, and today was a prime example. But we're harping about their bowling, but like, I mean, their batting was what lost them the game.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'll give you an example there. Okay, I will give you example in Delhi and in Delhi's first game against Lucknow. Which kind of okay, so this is where Delhi, I think, won the game there. Obviously, obviously was Ashutosh Sharma's amazing Ashutosh Sharma's amazing innings in this who chased him down. But if you look at in the first innings, right, Nicholas Bourne was absolute went off to an amazing start there. Him and Mitch Marsh were unbelievably playing well. They were getting smacked around everywhere, but it was Kuldeep Yadav who actually contained the runs towards the at when he came on towards the back end of the innings. Right. And at the start of the innings, Mitchell Stark was getting smashed around. But when he came out to the back end of the innings, they started to contain the runs. And then they lost all these wickets. So the score, which would have been 220, ended up being on 170. So I don't think so my thing is so my thing is to my thing is RCB don't have that at all. I think is RCB don't have like a Kuldeep Yadav at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I mean, they
So
obviously don't. They don't. Obviously, they
there's
don't have
a
a Kuldeep Yadav. But my
So
point,
RCB don't have like a Kuldeep Yadav. They don't have like a Varun Chakrabarti who can like a Narayan who could actually contain the runs and stop like a flow of runs all of a sudden.
well, the thing is, in the first two games, you had those from Kunal Pandya and Livingston. They did contain the runs. Like Varun Chakrabarti, like Kohli and Phil Salt took Varun Chakrabarti apart in the first game. So I'm saying like it's not like a hard set and rule that like Narayan will also always contain runs. Those boys did go for absolute like carnage in the first game of the tournament, but I'm saying it's just one game. Like in the sense of you had both Livingston and Krunal Pandya bowl well respectively in the first two games. Obviously, Chinnaswamy one game in seems like more of a fast bowling track than a spinner friendly track because I don't think so. Um, did how did the what do you call spinners do? I think they had like Rashid Khan, 4 overs, 54 runs. Like Rashid Khan,
Rashid Khan has been he has been having a horrible run lately in the IPL.
yeah, there's only
I mean,
one
like, but
spinner. There was only one spinner who bowled well, which is Sai Kishore today. Um,
yeah, I mean, look at his
but yeah, but
innings. I mean, he was
you wouldn't call him like you wouldn't put him in the same breath as Kuldeep Yadav and like a I don't know like a Varun Chakravarti. But my point is, he had one good game. I think we get like people become very reactionary to one game. Is like Sai Kishore had a good game. But like after Varun Chakravarti's bad game against RCB in the opener, you're not going to say, "Oh, he can't contain runs for you." Like
no, but he's had good games after that. Not what I'm saying there. But no, but I
but the
mean,
reverse
the
goes the
thing.
both way. Livingston had a good game last time, but he had a shit game today. I mean, the shit in the sense he only bowled 1 over, so you can't even say what Rajat Patidar did with him. I think essentially, I do think the captaincy was bad today, and I think a lot of them they need to think about how they um use their impact sub because I don't think so. You need four fast bowlers.
No, we didn't need full fast bowlers on that pitch. I mean, obviously, but like, I don't. I think they reacted to the way that how Gujarat bowled.
But
But
thing is,
I think
they've been using Rashid Salam as impact sub. Like, have they used to use Sharma both games as impact sub?
they've used Suresh Sharma both games, and then the first game they
Rashid
bowled
Salam
the
played
first
because
game.
Bhuvi didn't
Well, yeah,
play,
he played, yeah, because Boogie didn't play, but they used Suresh
and
Sharma as impact
he
sub both
didn't
games.
look good in that first game either. Rashid
Yeah, yeah, but he
Salam.
didn't
So
do. No, he
I don't
didn't.
know why they thought he would come onto a Chinnis. I mean, yeah, but I do agree. I think they used
I think it
they
was
saw
just used.
Gujarat's innings and thought that's what they needed to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that they should have played Suya Sharma as just a proper spinner there.
and thing is, Yash Dayal, credit to him, bowled really well in the
No,
overs.
no, he's bowling. Yeah, he's
Like
bowled really well. Yeah,
Ishant Sharma took a wicket, but he went for 2 overs for 27 in the middle overs. So Yashdayal genuinely bowled really well, but I think
I'd
all
say
he
yeah.
needed was another spinner. Yashdayal needed another spinner from the other end to kind of help him build the pressure both ways.
And the thing is, one of the main reasons why RCB got to 169 was because I think Gill made a massive mistake of giving of giving Rashid Khan that 4 overs of the fourth over. Like he should have left him with the third. I didn't shouldn't have given the fourth over because Livingston he was just going after Rashid Khan. He he wasn't able to hit anybody else. Like if you were looking at the game there, and I'm not sure why Gill decided to give Rashid Khan the fourth over. I mean, he had Arshad Khan left with two. He had Ishant Sharma left with another over. He could have given either one of those that over. But and the thing is Rashid Khan has recently been playing. I mean, he's not been bowling really well there. He's not been getting wickets. His economy rate has been terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think
So I mean,
Gill captaincy was saved for the fact that Siraj and what's his name? Um,
Siraj and the other bowlers, yeah,
Siraj and just the other fast bowlers from Pradesh Krishna, Arshad Khan just ripped RCB apart pretty much, top order wise. I mean, just looking at some of the positives for Gujarat. I'm not like they bowled well. I mean, we'll see how their bowling goes for the rest of the tournament and other pitches, but batting wise, I thought they looked really good today.
yeah.
Josh Butler. I wonder if the captaincy being off the back just kind of that freedom now. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was the same thing with Phil Salt. Like everyone, all England fans get annoyed because like they replicate this at the international stage. Like 2 months ago, these guys couldn't score runs internationally, and now look at them.
Yeah. Couldn't hit the ball properly, and then now, yeah, look at him. I think Butler for him, it was. I think it was just the whole about the captaincy and the whole pressure. Like you can, but sure, even today, but Butler, he kind of made up for all the drop catches and the miss stumping.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too high. It's just IPL. I think a lot of
Yeah, I know it's
I
IPL.
think a
Yeah.
lot of especially foreign players play with like
Hmm.
absolute no pressure. Where I think some of the Indian players play with a bit of pressure because of like the crowd and like the media. I think some of the foreign players just play.
I know it, but I think if you, I not, I don't think it's that. I think a lot of, even if you look at all the foreign, I think if you listen to our foreign players, there's still a lot of pressure when they play there. Because I mean, it is about like, it is about coming back next year. If you do, I mean, if you do get contracted back next year or not. So
Yeah, but not to the level of like the scrutiny that you get. Like for an Indian fast bowler who's uncapped, like an IPL could change your career. Where for like
yeah,
Josh Butler, like it's not like it's different for him. He obviously is not gonna get dropped from the team straight away, but like he's solidifying his spot in the team more because once you lose captaincy, then there's not really much stopping you from being dropped from the team if you're still performing bad. But
yeah, I know.
he seems to be getting in good touch. Um, and I
I
mean,
mean,
talking about teams that are good. Punjab, what's happened to Punjab, man? They played LSG yesterday, and that was one of the most boring games I've ever seen in a good way for Punjab. They just walked the park with LSG.
yeah, it was complete walkover, absolutely a walkover there. I actually thought. But as we finished off the podcast the other day, I said if you want to play against Lucknow, just win the toss and bowl first against Lucknow because they're such a batting heavy side
We
there
said this in the what do you call in our preview.
in the review.
Lucknow is the new Hyderabad. Like it's all batting, and if it doesn't work, it's a collapse. I mean, like Mitchell Marsh, people were like going raving about him after the first game, right? And
First two games, yeah, yeah.
first ball out. Punt. I mean, let's talk about Rishabh Pant. I know like Nicholas Purn still did well that game, and then Badoni did well, but like Rishabh Pant. I think I've been seeing it around the internet a lot, and I think we mentioned it a little bit. He needs to be dropped from captaincy. It's just I don't think so. It suits him. I think he just needs to come back and play his game.
I don't think so. I think it's just an overreaction. It's only been three games in. I think it's just an overreaction. People are being like players go through a bad form. I mean, it's an
No,
overreaction there.
but it's not about the reaction. It's about like some of the decisions that get made by him on the field that I'm like I just don't think so. He's a good captain. I don't think so. I think I said that before the first game started. Um,
No.
but yeah, I
I mean,
mean, but
he
for
will make runs. It's not that he won't make runs. He will make runs. So I don't think they will get. So I think they will. I don't think that's how. I think it's just an overreaction about the whole bunt situation there. They will play. He will make runs there.
all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think so. He's gonna have a great IPL to be honest.
I mean, no, I'm not saying I'm not going to say he's going to make about 400 all runs. Yeah, but he's going to start making runs. He is a good player.
But I mean, in that sense, if you're saying 3 games in is an overreaction, then we just slated RCB's bowling for 3 games in overreaction.
No, I
And
no, but
this bowling attack isn't the same one as last year. The only player that's
no,
come
what
back
I'm
is
saying, but no, but I'm saying like the overreaction of what he's getting, like the online reaction that he's getting. I'm talking about the reaction he's getting online.
yeah. No one's saying to drop him from the team. Just is just saying that like he isn't the best choice for captain in that team.
Who else would you make captain in that team then?
Nicholas Pooran, Mitchell Marsh, Aidan Markram are all ahead of him in my opinion.
Aiden Markram, you wouldn't make captain in that team because Aiden Markram's spot isn't fixed in that team there either.
Okay, I mean that's not a reason not to make him captain.
Yeah, I mean
Make Mitch Marsh captain. I mean I think all of those players I just said have
Mitch Marsh plays as an impact sub every game.
no. That was David Miller last game actually.
Mitch Marsh has to play as an impact sub there. For the last 2 games, he's been playing as an impact sub because he doesn't bowl, so he has to. So they impact him out there.
So you genuinely believe Rishabh Pant is the best captaincy that LSG have?
He's the only option that they have
Why?
for it as a
What makes him a
captain.
captain? Like
What? Because
what about him is like oh yeah he's the captain.
he's captain the other franchise there, and then
Uh,
that's the reason they bought him there.
Fair enough then. I mean, if you pay 27 crores for a captain who's unproven, and it wasn't like he was a great captain at DC. Let's be honest, we both like DC. He wasn't a great captain at DC anyways.
I mean, they did get to a final under him there.
Okay, but fair
I'm
enough
just
then.
saying, obviously, that's my only. They did get
I
to a
mean,
final under him.
I think he for his own sake, I'm saying I think him not being captain does would suit him better. I think. And you statistically look at, I think when he performs the best, it's when he's not like captain. He just comes in, does his thing, kind of carefree and goes away. But yeah, I mean, good for India if he does well. But I mean, moving on to Punjab, they just such a good run chase by them, honestly. Like apart from Priyash Arya, like everyone just came and did their job and just chased it down. Punjab looking good so far in the tournament.
Yeah, Punjab are looking fairly strong in the tournament so far. Yeah, it's just there. I mean, Shreyas Iyer, what can you say there? Not any like absolutely. I mean, he's just batting like there's like he's just batting like I mean, there's just, like without any problems there at all. Like
I
he
think we
just comes
said
in,
this.
smacks it around. Yeah,
I think we said this in our Champions Trophy review too. I think right now he is like in the peak of his life right now. I don't think so he can put a foot wrong, sure you say here. I think like everything he
yeah,
does, like like come that ODI World Cup that we lost, it was him or Kohli for the like man of the tournament, like player of the tournament if they'd won. Like he was in such good form since that time, and all the way through the T20 back to the Champions Trophy, he's been in like such good touch. And yeah, I mean
yeah.
Punjab looks so well, and their bowling is like really like starting to like get so much better. Like they used Maxwell really well last game. They used a what do you call like Marco Jansen for Marcus Stoinis for two. Like it was such good captaincy for from a year I thought. Like
Yeah.
he didn't trust Maxwell too much because Maxwell as can go for some runs, but like he gave everyone 2 or 3 overs and he got through them. And like yeah,
Look at Maxwell.
Arshdeep Singh did go for 10.75 and thing, but he got you 3 wickets and he got you the wicket of Mitch Marsh and you take that any day.
Yeah, and then but look at Maxwell. He gave you three overs 22, 1 wicket, which was the wicket of I believe it was who was
It was a
it? He
wicket of
got
Rishabh Pant.
Maxwell, Rishabh Pant there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
But that's what I'm saying. He
yeah,
didn't like. It was good to give him some overs, but you like some. But
yeah,
Maxwell can be hit. So I'm saying like it's not like
yeah,
he's overreacted by saying, "Oh, here's all 4 overs," because he was bowling.
yeah.
He was bowling the bowler he needed at the time, and whether that was like a Stoinis or a Lockie Ferguson or a Maxwell, he bowled the right bowler.
And then Chahal, like he comes in, gets smacked in the first over, comes back and the second over gets and then gets the biggest wicket of the game, Nicholas Burr.
Yeah, easily, but the biggest
Yeah.
game. I mean, some big games coming up, and we'll quickly wrap up now. We've got some big games coming up. KKR versus Hyderabad tomorrow. That'll be a high scoring game, I think.
I think
Um,
both teams need a win, so
but
that would
yeah,
be a good. Both teams
yeah,
need to win badly. Two
and
losses in a
then
row for both teams, I think.
and then
Yeah.
Lucknow versus Mumbai. Lucknow just lost to Punjab, and Mumbai just got their first win. That new kid who was bowling so well for them.
Oh my God. How do Mumbai keep finding these players?
Yeah,
Like,
I
where do
didn't
they
want.
keep
I
finding them?
obviously this is an overreaction, but when I saw him bowl, in the like a back in the back of my mind, the smallest thought of like, oh my God, have they got another Bumrah? Like, have they just found a gem out of nowhere? Like, no one's heard of this
They
kid.
just keep finding these they find players out of nowhere like Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Bumrah. Like they
Yeah,
just keep finding these
like
players
if you
out of
think of like Ishan
nowhere.
Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, they're all like Mumbai finds that Mumbai have had for ages. But I mean, looking at what do you
No, I
call
think
it?
Surya Kumar Yadav came from KKR to
Yeah, but
Mumbai.
like he really like became. But I get what you mean. I mean, but you look
Yeah.
at Mumbai, like the news coming out that like Bumrah is going to be delayed by like until mid-April easily because of like they're just trying to be slow, like take their time with his recovery. I mean,
You know, yeah, that's fine.
that
Yeah.
kid's gonna come in handy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that's good. Like that's good. But like, yeah, but as long as Bumrah is
Yeah,
staying
yeah,
fit,
yeah,
good, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't care. I couldn't care about the IPL long as Bumrah's good.
yeah.
And then
No, but
Saturday is a good game. Saturday you have Delhi versus Chennai, which will be a big game.
that's such a night. Yeah, so that should be a good game. Yeah, all the spinners will come into play there. Kuldeep, Akshar, Noor Ahmed, and Ashwin, and all of them. That should be a good game. Delhi spinners, Chennai spinners. That should be a
Yeah.
good game.
All right. Anything else from you?
No, not at all. There.
All right.
You should
Yeah.
be. Are you going to be okay for today? RCB lost.
Uh, the bottle's out. The bottle's out. That's all I'll say. The bottle's out. Or,
Okay. Good luck. All right.
yeah. All right. Thank you everyone for
Take care.
listening. Please subscribe and share the podcast and leave some comments on YouTube and rate the podcast wherever you listen to it. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.